Hi everyone, welcome back to Grandpa Mark's Hobbies and an unboxing of Monogram's 64.5 Mustang Convertible. Classic cruiser, I guess, whatever that means. I was talking to Bruce from Bruce's Eclectic World. He said they had these at Ollie's, and our Ollie's didn't have really anything for models. And I talked to him, and next thing you know, this shows up in the mail. So Bruce, man, thank you very much. And I think it's hilarious because I already know exactly what I'm going to do with this car. So we'll talk about that when we start building it. But right now, let's get to the unboxing. And I'll show you, I haven't opened this up yet at all. So we'll do that right now. And then I'll back you up. And we'll see what's inside. This is definitely getting built, so there's no sense in keeping a wrapper on it or anything. So let me open her up if I can. Oh, that box is tight. There we go. Da-da-da-da. And like I always do, we'll pull everything out of the box, set it out of camera, and we'll go from there. I'll put the box right out of sight, out of mind, and we will start with the directions. Now this box top says Monogram right there, but the directions say Revell. So let's figure that one out. But these are typical Revell looking directions. I haven't built a Monogram in so long, I wouldn't know what their directions look like. But these are the Revell directions. Notice they're just, just like Revell always does. So we don't need to talk too much about that. They got the write-up, they got how to do it, and at the back, they say how to finish it to do it like the box art. We're not going to be doing it this way. And again, I'll talk to you about that once we start to build it. Let's dig into the decals. There won't be a whole lot. I'll tell you right now, I'm not using the white walls. We'll do our own. I will do another video on how I do my white wall tires because I had a lot of people had some questions on if you can do that with white walls and how would I do it. So I'll knock that video out, and I think everybody will see it's a lot easier to do it than doing these dang decals, which on this one are kind of messed up anyhow. They're wrinkled, and I don't know if I'd even be able to get them off of there. But we got the Mustang emblems, we got stuff for in the engine, a couple of arrows. I'm not sure. Auto light, and then a few, sorry about that, and then a few license plates that we're not going to use, and there's a reason for that. That goes with the build, that goes with everything else that we'll talk about later. So we'll get that out of the way, and we're going to jump right in to everybody's favorite and non-favorite, is the chrome. I'm going to keep the chrome in the bag, but there's nothing in the bag. Let's see what we got here. We got, to get you a little bit closer here. There we go. How's that? And I don't really need my double visor here, but I'm going to wear it. Let me grab my hand too while I'm at it. We got the iconic Mustang Mustang grill. We have just the stock hubcaps. We have the gauge cluster, which is upside down, I think. Yeah. The gauge cluster, which is chrome, which will be fine because it has a nice chrome ring on it, and I'll detail the inside. This will get in LA Awesome, the oil pan. We have nicely detailed chrome carb in the LA Awesome. That'll go. We have our indicator lights and backup lights, not sure which one's which. Nice bumper, not overly chrome, so that doesn't need to get stripped. Alternator does need to get stripped. Stick shift needs to get stripped. These are the rear lights, so no lighting on this kit. And I'm not going to light it anyhow. I wasn't even thinking about it. Just because of what I want to do with it. And eventually down the road, things are going to all kind of stack up for one really cool display. Looks like a tack. No, it doesn't. Not sure what that is. I thought it was a tack. But the inside shows nothing but a hole in it. So like a light. Again, the carb looks really good. Stick shift, the alternator, the rear view mirror looks good. Not real bright chrome. These hubcaps, I'm going to bring you up on here. The hubcaps just need panel lined. There's not a whole lot you need to do to these. And I think in this side, we'll put this in the box for now. But this side, again, we got another shifter, but we got knockoffs for it. My build's not going to have the knockoffs, but they're there. We have the trim piece, door handles, and our mirror. So nice. Not too overly chrome. This mirror is horrible. With flash, we'll have to do a lot of work on that, close work. So I'll cut this piece off so I can get my file in there and try to leave it on the sprue going this way. And then we'll cut these off and I'll be able to hold it with one or the other and work this side. But not bad. I've seen a whole lot worse. So let's get into the next. We got one big old bag of parts that we'll jump into. This is the first time I'm seeing this. I've wanted to get this kit. I've wanted to do this kit for quite a while and just never picked it up. So again, Bruce, thank you. We're gonna have a blast with this. Let's jump right into the hood. Hood is clean as a whistle. No problems there. The inside and outside are supposed to be painted the same color. So what I'll do is I will leave this piece attached when I go to paint it, and I'll hold on to this and paint both sides, be able to set it up this way so it dries, and then we'll snip this off and I'll come in with my brush and just touch that little piece up. Maybe give this a little bit of black right here for like where the springs would be. But I find that it's a lot easier to do that than to put the tape underneath it and hold it, and then so I can just get that whole back piece. This little tab is a lot easier if both sides are the same color. So if they're not, I'd hold it with a piece of foamy tape and a clothespin and paint it that way so I could get all that. And then I'd take that off and I would brush paint this with my acrylic paint. So we got our air cleaner. Don't think that's a part. And our valve covers. Glad they're not chrome. I don't know why the gas tank or the oil pan had to be chrome. But nice, not a whole lot of flash, just a little bit of work where the molds come together. We can do that, no problem. Next is our vinyl roof, which is really, it's really done well. Really done well. We got a couple of pin marks on the inside. We can sand that one off. We can fill this one. There's two more in the back that are very, very light. But this is going to be white, so we might just leave it that way and just do a little bit of panel lining on here. And I think this piece here across the back might be silver, and then around the trim for the windows. But I'm not sure, so I'll have to dig in more. Another air cleaner. This one's done a lot better. Our dash or our center column. The gauges that go on top of the steering column, I'm not going to be using those because they weren't in what I'm building. The steering wheel. Now, I just looked today at the steering wheel, and I like drilling out those little holes in the steering wheel, but this car, those weren't drilled out. This chrome piece coming up on the three sides is the horn. And then inside there, if you look real close, those were like flat black. So they looked like they were open, but they really aren't. So just something to think about. I would have drilled them out for sure if I didn't notice that today. Here's if you want to have the top down. You can use this. And I'm pretty sure these don't need to be glued in. You can just set them in place. So if you want to switch back and forth, you can. But there we go with that. Nicely done. And here comes our engine. We got the rear suspension and drive shaft, which I don't mind because I'll usually forget to put that in until the end, and then I'm trying to bend it and snip the tib off in here and try to get it to fit. So I don't mind having that on there. I've had people complain about that. I'm not going to be one of them. Engine looks good. Transmission already built in. So that's an easy one. Our our front suspension and little nubbies for the tires, springs, radiator with the horns already built on it. So this won't be a bad build whatsoever. Not a huge part count build either, which is okay with me because I kind of, after doing that truck, I kind of need a break. Dashboard. Nice looking dashboard. The little Mustang emblem on the inside. The radio is predominant, and so is the heating and air conditioning vents. I don't know if this had air conditioning. Probably just heating vents. Again, the gauges are not in there because they're in the chrome. So we can paint this all up. We can detail that chrome piece out, drop it in there, and it'll look really good. We have our water pump and front end. Not a clue what those are. Our exhaust doesn't look too bad. We'll drill out the end here and make them look a little bit deeper. Our seats look really nice. There's something about the seats that you got to watch which one goes right and left. So what I would do is I would number the bottoms, right, passenger and driver. When you put these together, make sure that the right back goes on the seat you want. I think the seats are the same color or the same number, but the two backs are different. So, and you can see the little chrome side on this one and the little chrome side on that one, but there's just a little folder on the other sides. So you want to make sure that you don't mix that up when you're building it. It's real easy. Just start out passenger, driver, and then figure out which one of these goes on passenger, which one goes on driver, and you're golden. We have our front and back little bottom clips, water bag, and our interior, which there's not a whole lot of deep detail in the interior, but we can get our pen in there. We can go across this way and paint that. Not sure about this chrome that goes around here. It's not very high, so we'll have to see about that, getting that in there. Center column. Nice. I don't see any pin marks out front here where they usually are. There's two big ones right underneath where the seats are. We don't even have to mess with those. So we can just dive right in here and start detailing things out. Pedals are molded in, no biggie. The mats molded right in. Carpet, nice. We can detail that and kind of brush paint it and do some pastel work in there and make that look just like carpet. So I'm kind of happy with that. Oh, I know what those are. Dang it. my brain just fired. These are armrests for inside here. They go right over here. We're awake now. So there we go. I bet you half of you guys are on there watching the video going, no, those are armrests. So there we go. Our last sprue. We have our chassis. We have emergency brakes or brake lines. We have a fuel line come down, but it doesn't show up. So I'll have to look and see. Maybe that runs into the frame. Frame doesn't go all the way through, so it'd have to show up somewhere, I guess. Gas tank looks good. And the other thing that I really like is there's no letters in here that have to be sanded out. It's nice and clean. I like that. No flash, not squat for flash here. Just a little bit of mold lines that need to be sanded down. So very nice. I am happy, real happy with that. Vents that we won't be using because that's not on this car. Shocks with the little flats. Here's our radiator. Our intake looks good. Starter looks good. Front support or cross member support, whatever you want to call it, looks real good. Nice exhaust manifolds and our upper hose. Happy to say I don't see a lower hose on here, so I don't have to struggle with that. Shifter with turn shifter, a steering column with turn signal, distributor, and our fan belt and our wheel backs. So everything looks very good. We're gonna have some fun with this kit. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be black or body color. Let me know in the comments if you would. I looked and looked. I couldn't find anything yet. I'll keep looking, but if you know that like they sprayed the body and went underneath and sprayed all this too, like if it was supposed to be black first and then had the overspray on it, let me know, because I hate messing that up. And if the gas tank was put on after it was sprayed, so it wouldn't have the overspray on it, I would really appreciate that. It helps with how I'm going with the build. But there is that. And then our last one, like I said, not a whole lot of parts count, but really nice so far. We have no-name tires, solid but flexible. The little piece on the inside is a no big deal. Decent tread. Little mold line in the middle. We can sand that off, so I won't have to pastel since I'm sanding it. The sanding will take care of that, and the pastel's a moot point at that mark. But they're nice looking tires. We'll be able to do the white walls on those real easy. I'll do them just like I did my red walls in the red wall video, but I'll do a white wall video too, just because so many people asked about it. But nicely done. And the body, the classic Mustang body. This is my favorite. I like the trunk. I'm not a huge fastback fan. Never really have been. I always liked the trunk section of the Mustang and that original look that this has, where the body line comes up and then kind of straight back. I like that. Like I said, out of the Mustangs, this is my favorite. So we're going to have to mask off when we paint this the semi-gloss black. Battery's molded in, so we'll have fun drilling that battery post out. This one's not bad, but that one's buried in there. Not sure why. Not sure what this is, but it's in there. I mean, it's molded in for a reason. But our interior looks good. Our engine compartment looks good. Front looks real nice. This is sharp enough to almost cut paper right now. So we'll have to work that mold line out, which comes up, and then it comes up here for some reason. And then it also carries across the back. So we got a little bit of work to do there, but I will take that. Back end is flat, same color as the body. There wasn't a black one on this. Not with the one I'm doing, at least. It's the same color. So I'll see if this back clip will fit in here and the frame will fit on. I'd love to get those put on before I paint the body. But if not, it is what it is, and we can deal with that. Our Mustang is molded in. It's very shallow in here. So I may just sand that off and then use the decal straight up. The back has nothing, just a little bit of sharp across here. We'll have to sand back out. Decent mold lines coming down through. Our marks for our doors, our locks. Not bad. Not bad at all. I like it. I am excited to get started on this. I hope you like it. I will let you go with that. I'm Mark, Grandpa Mark's Hobbies. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the thumbs up, the kind words, the comments, and everything. I really appreciate it. So y'all have a great day and a better tomorrow.